Alaska. Hearing that word is like a spark, a tiny flame that can ignite a wildfire, a fierce inferno that kindles all kinds of ideas, possibilities, and for some of us, vivid memories.
Yeah, baby!
Alaska is a land of lore, a place that genuinely words cannot describe. In early 2024, the word Alaska came up in a conversation between a group of friends. That sealed the deal. The trip was happening because Alaska was calling.
Probably convinced Ryan to go to Alaska. The only person dumb enough to go with me that I could actually convince to go. I hadn't even considered Dango, because Dango was even an easier sell.
I was like, give me the monster, let's chug it right now, let's go.
Yes.
We can go there. So then I got out of the stall and washed my hands, and everything seemed perfectly fine until I walked out and Ryan and Sawyer like dying laughing at me. I couldn't understand why.
Did you go? Yeah, he just went in the girls' bathroom. I feel like that kind of set the tone for the goofiness of the trip, just starting out.
Yeah, a bunch of freaks.
Pulling into true blue. You cannot beat this. Where's Eric Long right here? Dude. True blue. True blue. True blue. True blue.
What's up, fisherman?
Good to see you.
Here.
How are you? Yeah, baby. We're out. Let's go. Dude, you need to clean off your lens.
I gotta be careful to ration this.
Can't clean off my what? Your lens is open.
I don't really need it. Every species we fished was fished a wildly different way. Kings or sockeye. I think we kind of knew the basic concept, but then we realized we did not know nearly as much as we did.
Boo. Well, there they go. They're making it. It looks super sketchy, but they're doing it.
In some way, I think each of us had to learn at least one totally different approach to fishing. The older I get, the more I realize there are more things like this in the world. You can read as many books as you want. You can watch as many videos and tutorials as you want. You can have somebody else tell you how to do it as much as you want. But until there's just a level of skill that comes with having done it over and over and over again that cannot be verbally transferred to somebody else. And I think you get that a little bit with Eric too, where Eric's been there long enough, he knows things so well, all the intricacies of it, where he would try to explain something to us and he thought he was explaining it simply. He's speaking a different language.
Yeah.
We'd be like, Eric, I have no clue what you just said.
Totally. Good job.
Nothing big. It's fought hard.
I got to experience what I really had wanted to do for a long time, which was the space stuff for kings. That was really a big challenge for me too. You guys were battling through with learning how to flip for reds. I had similar struggles trying to swing a two-handed rod for kings because that two-handed rod, I don't know if you ever threw it, but
Yeah, I tried. I couldn't.
it's so heavy, and those lines that you're throwing on those rods are so intense. And my spay casting is not as perfect as Eric's is. So Eric makes it look easy. It was a real grind, and honestly, by the end of each day, like my wrist and my forearm, my hands were really struggling because of how much effort I was putting in because I wasn't efficiently doing the cast. It was a good learning experience for me, and then I did get to put a couple kings in hand, which was great.
It makes you feel better collectively.
Yeah.
Because we can leave Alaska saying we caught something everywhere we went that we were trying to catch.
Yeah.
I know if I was to go back, I would feel like I knew what I was doing. I still have no clue what I'm doing. Sure. Because when I went there, I felt like I have a decent clue of what I'm doing. I look at the video now, like, this idiot doesn't know what he's doing. He has no clue what's going on.
A 3 or 4 mile hike is like nothing to me. I should not be this tired.
It's more of the experience of hiking through the mountains to where we fish Grayling. That's where I first learned to fly fish. That's the first place I ever fly fished, like 7-8 years ago. So going back there is just like there's just lots of emotion in the memories for me. The whole hike up, I'm just freaking out. Sawyer's like getting annoyed and just being like a grumpy Grinch or something.
No, let's stop and remember you jumping out of the bushes at me.
Oh, I did.
On the way
yeah,
up
that's
there.
right.
The fog is thick as cheese. And we're like walking through this. We're not just walking through thick fog. We're walking through like 12 feet tall alders and grasses and all this stuff. Like, yeah, there could be a bear anywhere. So I'm the only one who has anything to stop anything from happening. And Daniel, I think you had the weapon of choice.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
I took.
So I was
took it
totally
from you.
vulnerable.
Yeah, I
and
took
you
it
jumped
from
out of the side of the alders at me.
I don't think he peed his pants or anything.
Yeah,
but-
you wonder why I was going to the bathroom so often.
So just the scenery. I mean, it's just there's just something so like incredible about it that you just literally can't explain.
You said, "Oh yeah, don't you remember this? We crossed this creek. We had to carry people across it." And the moment we crossed it, I thought to myself, "No, we never fished the other side of the creek. We were always on this side of the creek."
That's true. Yeah.
We're clearly in the right spot.
Well, we probably should have taken that little tiny trail and just walked down to the lake.
Daniel was fabricating memories.
He was.
To prove what he thought was the right direction.
He was.
It's called energy and motivation. Hey, it's gonna be way more payoff after that jump.
And so you're literally up to your waders in water, in freezing cold water in the mountains, and we're just like holding everything really high and just like slowly walking along the edge. It is my happiest place in the entire world.
Daniel threw one out, sitting there, and then we just hear Daniel losing his mind. I'm pretty sure the phrase, like, over and over again, "Oh my goodness, it's happening! It's happening!
Yeah,
oh my goodness, I can't believe it's happening! Guys! Guys!"
I've waited 7 years for this. Yeah! Alright, put him in the water, put him in the water. Oh my goodness.
Yes! Finally!
Oh my goodness, look how big it is. Jeepers, look at that beauty. Is that not the most beautiful fish you've ever seen?
So like you're surrounded by mountains, standing in the water, catching these like literally world-class grayling. It's just, yeah, there's no other experience like it.
Keep him out of there, keep him out of there, keep him out of there. There you go.
To put in the work and get world-class size grayling,
Yeah.
just makes it that much better.
If you were to think about the whole trip, it was literally just like eat, sleep, fish, repeat. Like it's just like over and over again. I mean, we were never going to bed until probably about 2 a.m.
Like 2 to 4 a.m. is like moose witching hour.
So, I mean, it was like 2 a.m. We're finally getting settled in, and then the sun's coming up by 6 a.m., and they were all kind of waking up. So we'd sleep like 2 to 6, 2 to 7 a.m., and then we'd get right back up. We'd eat breakfast, and I mean, we never really had like a specific like healthy meal, I felt like, other than maybe when Sawyer made fish, like salmon, because it was like we were just eating and eating and eating just to go, 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 go. I love trout fishing in general. It's more of a technique, it's more of a skill and a craft. Well, I really like the color of bows, how some are red, some are pink, some have different fading, some are a little more like that silver chromed out look. And so I like that there's like variations, stuff like that, and they're just so pretty.
But there comes a point where you realize if I don't fight a fish correctly, especially depending on the species, salmon, every species we caught, this was true of them.
Yeah.
Or if you didn't fight them properly, they were going to get off. Like the hooking is just the first beginning of doing your job correctly.
Yeah.
Those waters we were fishing were so quick that I lost multiple rainbows. They just outclassed me, like, in all honesty. They would take off downstream, they would get a little slack in my line because they're maneuvering, and that was it. And so they're impressive fish. I mean, we have rainbows in Iowa, we have rainbows throughout the lower 48. But those rainbows up there, like the salmon, are oftentimes moving miles throughout the season, and they're strong fish.
They're big.
They're big. They're strong. They are well conditioned to those habitats, and so it's a big challenge, I think, to land a lot of those compared to what you'd see as a hatchery rainbow in the lower 48.
Yeah.
I do feel like we were a lot closer after. It's just fun, like, and we talked about that in church before, of just like just having different memories and building different experiences with guys. Like, yeah, you and I are completely different people, completely different. And Ryan was about to like smash me in the face about one day into the trip. But we just like we just had that commonality in Christ, and we just kind of looked past each other's like differences. And we just enjoyed it. Like, I felt like it was just a good time.
The more I do outdoorsman stuff, the more I think all men should have some outdoorsman hobby. That can be more gathering than it is hunting or fishing, or it could be botany. I think that's valuable for men to have for a number of reasons. It teaches them discipline, it teaches them respect and value of the outdoors. A lot of times what you see with those kind of guys is they have a unique understanding of providence, whatever that means to them. You almost always hear more contemplative outdoorsmen having a very acute awareness of wherever they think that providence is coming from. They're at least aware that it exists. That if I'm going to go outside and find a mushroom to eat, or if I'm going to go outside and I'm going to have fish bite my line, not get off, and be put on my table, everything has to go right. Everything has to come together correctly. And it's so good to go out and struggle and fight and work for something. I almost wouldn't want to go when it was just lights out all the time and I didn't have to learn anything. There's a lot of guys who will talk about they'd rather embrace the struggle and take the harder path because of the things that they'll learn and experience doing the struggle than the guys who don't. The guys who go and shoot a deer they've been feeding for the last 364 days. The guys who go and fish Alaska only July 27th every year because that's when everything's running and they can fill a freezer in one day and be gone. Not having learned anything, not having struggled, not having worked for it. I'd so much rather go and learn something and be different and be able to actually contemplate something afterward.
The word Alaska means something different to all of us. To residents of Alaska, they know the land better than visitors do. And yet, every moment that anyone, whether native or not, spends in that grandeur, in those icy waters, in those alder-laden hills, they start to understand. The land of Alaska is remarkable, incomprehensible, and entirely unforgettable.
Okay, well, I definitely have to pee, so let's get moving so I don't have to do it halfway through.
Hi, beautiful.
I think that all guys need to have some type of outdoor hobby.
So they can get away from their wives.
So they can get away from their wives. I think all guys need to have some kind of an outdoorsman hobby.
We're just eating and eating and eating just to go. And I was pounding tons of coffee. Tons of True Blue. True Blue is the best coffee shop in the world. You can only find it in Alaska.
This video is sponsored by True Blue
Yeah,
Coffee.
I just want to take a moment to give shout out to my friends over at True Blue.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Crap.
They don't let you in.
Crap.
Don't be that guy.
Come on.
Don't be that guy.
Please don't hit that rock.
I know, I saw that rock right as I was going around.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on.
My god. Daniel, you have a problem. Daniel, you have a problem.
Shh. It says they're open still. Boom. Boom.
Hi there.
Hey. How's it going?
We're technically closed, but if you guys wanted to do like an ice cold brew or something, I can get you that.
Oh, you can't do anything hot?
No. We're closed, so that's not something.
I know, I drove very fast to try to beat that 8 o'clock. Can you do like an iced coffee? You said like iced latte or no?
I could do cold brew. with
Cold
it.
brew?
Yeah.
With like cream and flavoring? Okay. Sounds
That's
good.
fine?
Yeah.
What size?
Just a medium is fine. Just do vanilla.
Okay.
That'd be
Is that
great.
all?
Vanilla with cream, yeah.
Okay.
Literally, the sign still says open.
You're a menace, dude.
You are awful.
You're a menace.
What?
Oh, thank you so much for still giving me coffee.
How fast-
even though I'm closed.
How
even though we're
fast we
closed.
flew. Dude, that was, I cannot believe.
I did. I said I know you. I know your timing. The sign still says open right there. It was 8 o'clock.
Don't be like Daniel.
Yeah, don't be like Daniel.
I guess for me, when I see Eric, I appreciate him in a lot of ways, and he was very, very good to me for a long time, and then obviously we share similar passion as we all do with the outdoors, but for Eric to be up there now, he's a part of Alaska at this point, right? Like he's not just some visitor like we were at one point. That first time we were up there together, he was almost like in the same boat we were of learning things, and now he is just immersed in that outdoor culture, and so it was great to see him, and obviously helpful to have him show us around, and
Yeah, he was obviously a massive blessing. Very generous of him, and
yeah.
Oh, I feel extremely grateful and thankful for everything. It's a very iconic scene right here. Beautiful. You'll never see anything like this ever in your life, except for when you're right here. Right in this exact spot.
Kind of thought you were going to shed a tear.
I might. I did earlier.
Alaska 2024 is a memory we'll have for the rest of our lives.
Good work.
Pound it, noggin, adios.